Good morning. So today's maths lesson is about expressing missing number problems algebraically. And I'm going to show you how to do that step by step with some slightly different questions to the ones that you've got to solve, but hopefully they're similar enough so that you'll be able to use them to help you with your work. So first question is n plus 7 equals 10. Now in these questions, the n stands for missing number. So a number plus 7 equals 10. So obviously this first one is quite straightforward, but I'm going to show you how to solve it step by step because you can then use that sequence in all of the questions. So the first thing to remember is that whatever you do to the left, you must do to the right and so on. Okay, so you have to do the same thing to both sides. Now, because the first question is an adding question, we need to do the inverse. So we need to do the opposite of adding, which is subtraction. So we do subtracting 7. So on this side, we'll just be left with n because we've taken away the 7. And on this side, we'd be left with 3. Okay, so we've subtracted 7 from both sides there. So n equals 3. Okay, so we've just got rid of the add 7. So we've subtracted the 7, which balances it out to make it just 7. And then 10 subtract 7 is 3. Okay, so in this question, n equals 3. So it'd be 3 add 7 equals 10. Okay, with the second question then, we've got n take away 9 equals 5. So n subtract 9 equals 5. Now, because it's a subtract question, we're still doing the inverse, but the inverse of subtraction is addition. So we're going to add this time to both sides. So we need to add 9 to this side, so it'll balance out, and that will just be n on this side. And 5 add 9 is 14. Okay, so n in this question is 14. So 14 take away 9 equals 5. So 14 subtract 9 equals 5. With the third question then, we've got 3n equals 24. So hopefully from yesterday's home learning lesson, you remember that 3n means 3 multiplied by a number. So this means 3 times a number equals 24. We just need to work out what that number is. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So we need to divide both sides by 3. So on the left, we'll just be left with n, and 24 divided by 3 is 8. So n equals 8. With the next question then, we've got 3a plus 2. So we've got two different operations in here. We've got multiplication and addition. So first of all, we're going to get rid basically of the add 2. So we need to do the opposite of add 2, the inverse, which is subtract 2, which will mean we'll just be left with 3a on this side, and then 14 subtract 2 is 12. We then still need to keep going because we need to work out what 1a is worth. So remember, 3a means 3 multiplied by a number. So we need to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So we need to divide both sides by 3. So 3a divided by 3 is just one lot of a, so a. And then 12 divided by 3 is 4. So a equals 4. Okay. Last question then for your do it. We've got 4p take away 3 equals 17. So again, we're going to do the inverse first. Now we need to get rid of the subtract 3 first. So the inverse of subtract 3 is add 3. So on this side, on the left, we'll just be left with the 4p. And on the right, because we're adding 3, 17 add 3 would be 20. Because remember, we're doing the inverse. Now again, we've been left with 4 lots of our missing number, so we need to do the inverse, which is division. So we need to divide both sides by 4. So on the left, we'll be left with just p, so one lot of p. And then on the right, 20 divided by 4 is 5, so p equals 5. So hopefully, with the help of this, these questions are very similar to the do it questions that you've been asked to do for today's maths lesson. And hopefully, using these, you can use this structure to help you to solve your own. Okay? Good luck.